RLM Tackle, huge supporter of the Fear Fishing webcast. Go to simplefishing.ca, check out their amazing subscription boxes, and the best part, you can save $10 on your first batch by using the code FEARFISHING. We are going to get this party started. Make sure you check it out. Let's go.
Flawless.
Every time, man.
We got to get a new record.
Let's just do this.
Or at least a new needle for the record.
Holy jumping.
Jeez.
What an opening that was. Isn't that amazing? That thing
Every
never
time.
works, ever.
Yeah. Maybe we should write a jingle.
What do you got to do to get that thing to work, I wonder?
Hit the right button.
I think we got everything other than the opening good. Start streaming. Stop recording. Remember that
Mr.
time?
Bear?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fear Fishing webcast, number 55. Oh, my gosh. It has been a journey to get here. I'm excited. It's my favorite time of the week. Every second Monday, 8 o'clock. I love it.
Yeah.
It's my favorite time.
I like it. I enjoy it.
Hang out with my homies, do some chatting,
Yeah.
have some brewage. Tonight's beer of choice, Molson Export, Canadian Fighting Beer.
All
You
the
break-
coolest stuff has
Fight
sailboats
beer.
on it.
I can't believe they
For sure.
still sell that stuff.
Marley has that tattoo.
Do you?
Arr.
Are you kidding me?
Let's get this started. I'm Ian West, host of the Fear Fishing
makes my-
webcast.
Wow.
To my left, my former co-anchor.
Co-anchor?
Yeah, remember when we used to do the other setup and you were like,
Oh, I'm like I used to be Ed McMahon. Now I'm
now
just
we are
like
at the round
in the
table
crowd.
of the Knights of Fear Fishing.
It's
gonna
a
be a good
square
one.
table.
Yeah, it's not even round.
I feel special all this.
Hey, the
Do
people
you?
at home don't know this table's not round.
That's true.
I was trying to.
It's actually a rectangle.
Yeah. Okay, Mark, do your
Yes.
thing. Where are you from?
I'm from Bowmanville, Ontario.
Oh my God, I
Yeah.
just thought of something
What'd you?
that
Home of the Apple Fest.
Man,
by the
I
way.
can't forget about this. Okay, do your introductions before I forget. Marley will like this. Go. Who are you?
Go fast.
Still Mark from Bowmanville.
Okay,
Yeah.
across the table.
I'm that guy that sits across from Mark, Sean McCall.
Good work.
I'm from Curtis.
Curtis, Ontario. Originally from Bob Cajun.
Yeah, I grew up in Fenton Falls and Bob Cajun.
Fenton Falls and Bob Cajun.
They're
Yeah, yeah.
kind of far.
Marley.
They're right
My name's
beside each
Marley, and I'm from the area.
Welcome back. Welcome back, homie. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been.
What did he say last time we
It's been a
opened?
minute.
It's been a minute. There you see.
Yeah.
That's how you guys
I use
know.
that all
That's
the
how you
time.
know you're tight. He knows what I'm thinking.
Wow.
Amber, you want to be on the camera or no? Oh, there
There
she is.
she is.
Last week she was a little mad at me, so she refused to be on camera.
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
She was
been
mad
like-
at you. Why would she
Realistically,
be
it's
mad
been
at
about
you?
5 years in a row, 365 days a year. I've had 2 or 3
Four.
good days.
Yeah.
Those days I was fishing. I was away.
Yeah.
She really likes
Those are the
it.
days she likes.
She really,
Yeah.
she really gets excited when I'm going pre-fishing and I'm going to spend the night in my truck. She's like, "Yeah, high five. You want some money? Here, enjoy it." Amber, introduce yourself. Where are you from?
Port Hope.
Upstairs.
You're originally from Coburg.
Yes.
We knew each other in high school, kind of. I knew who you were. I knew your brother.
I had no idea who you were.
It's because you're older than
I
me.
didn't even know you.
You were like graduating. I was just a minor niner.
Thank you.
Older woman, eh?
Whoa.
Cougarville.
Cougarville.
You're a dick.
You're not allowed to say that on this anymore.
Oh, sorry.
Sean McCall, where do you want to start? Okay, so
no,
here.
you
Whoa,
had
whoa,
something
whoa,
to
whoa.
say.
I almost forgot.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Marley will really enjoy this. What's today? Monday. Sunday. Last night I was going to pike fishing. That really turned out to pike casting. I pull into the gas station, right? And there's this boat sitting there. So I get out of the boat, and the gentleman knew you. You may know. I didn't catch
Who
his name.
doesn't know Mark?
He did
Well,
say hi
I'm a
to.
big deal around
He
these
did
parts.
say hi to Mark Hunter for me. Which so I
Ooh,
pull
man
up.
crush.
Listen, I pull up, get him out of the boat, and he comes right over, and he's like, "Hey, I thought I'd see you here." Got an Allison, center drive.
No way.
Yeah.
Mr. Dave Hercock.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
as soon as I saw
Probably
that
the
boat,
fastest boat on the water.
oh,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, it's
Marley would die for one of these. I remember when you were
Super
picking,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
super cool. Center drive.
Yeah.
It has 200 on it. Merck says they'll do 82 miles an hour.
All day.
The one he had before had a 250 on it. Said he'd do 93.
Yeah.
You know what? I drove that boat.
Really?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird looking boat, eh?
We took it out. He was in it. His daughter was
Hey,
in it, and
okay.
I was in. He said, "Oh, jump in the driver's seat there, Mark, and, and just go." I said, "Okay." He's going, "Okay." I started slipping and stuff, and he's
It's
going, "Okay, that's
crazy.
enough. That's enough. That's
80
enough."
80 mile an hour on the water is crazy.
Oh yeah, I was.
It's like they built
On
that hull
Screwjob.
just to go fast.
They did.
Oh.
And
But
then
they are.
fishing
It's
second.
not a bass boat. It's
It,
a
you know,
performance
it
boat.
looks like a speedboat
Yeah.
with a trolling motor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
it's pretty cool.
That's where it's at.
But you know what? You kind of look gay when you're blasting off because the coast sits behind you like a
Really?
sea-doo. Oh yeah, yeah.
No
There's
way.
only one seat, and you sit
It's
behind
like
him
a
with your
tandem
yeah.
parachute jump. Dude.
I'd be
Yeah.
okay with that.
Choppy days, you'd be okay with it.
I remember when Marley was really hung up on either an Allison or a Gambler.
Until I drove a gambler.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
when you
No
went,
offense, everyone has one, but it's like an 18-foot boat on a 21-foot hull. Seriously.
Really?
The worst riding boat I've ever been in.
No
Oh,
way.
yeah?
Yeah.
Worse than the Triton?
Yeah.
I'm a fan
Seriously.
of the Stratus.
The Stratus, you
Yeah,
like that,
Stratus,
eh?
nice.
Yeah,
I rode a
Stratus,
Stratus
yeah.
all weekend,
It's
and they're in a
pretty,
great boat.
Pretty comfy. It's like a
Yeah.
Cadillac on the water. Yeah.
My boat, it handles well, eh?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
She hasn't got all the bells and whistles, but she moves when she
goes
does the
pretty
job.
It's got no goddamn cup holders.
Isn't
Yeah.
that weird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Triton had like 4.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like
and
too many.
And
Not a
like,
one.
That boat's like 10 years older than mine, and it had mine has one cup holder that got missing somebody stole.
I've got
it.
one for you.
Oh, I appreciate that. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
And you know what? We'll drill a hole for the other one. on
I
the
love
other side.
my Stratus. Love my Stratus. It's basically a Phoenix boat, right? The people who make the Phoenix now used to make Stratus, and then they sold it to Ranger. It's basically the same hull. Love it.
You can probably pull like 10 doubles out of that carpet.
Oh, for sure.
Easy.
I sprayed and washed her the other day. Would you ask me the other day? Where did all the juice from the gulp go? In the carpet.
Yeah, we
In
had
the
one.
carpet.
Yeah. There's
The,
some at the bottom of Mike's boat today.
But yeah, I saw that as soon as I saw that Allison, I was like, man, Marley, I'd like to drive that thing.
They're
We
cool
put a lot of
boats.
fish in that boat this year already. Eh?
That boat's a fish catching machine.
Yeah, we put a lot of fish.
I
in
put,
I- you
I
know
put
what?
none in it.
That's such a this year so far I've had 5 people offer to buy it from me.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you were there. Quinn wanted to buy it.
Yeah.
He offered me cash for it.
Yep.
You know, people always want to buy that Stratus from me. That's a great boat. If you can get your hands on like an 06, 07, 08 Stratus, legit. Fixed my trailer bunks this week. Andrew Mercer Boat Marine. They're in was that Elizabethville?
Yep.
That's
They fixed all my stuff.
Is that the one where you're going flying down the hill
Yep.
and there's like
60.
50 or
Yeah.
60
At
for
the bottom of a
30
hill?
How
feet,
about the
for
big?
30 feet and
not
then
a hill.
80 again?
It's a- that's
so
a mountain.
Stupid.
Yeah,
That's not a hill.
that's a break ruiner. But yeah, they fixed her all up. We got her like 1 day turnaround time at the Mercer Ranch.
You got my strap?
Yeah, we do. Save the
Oh,
strap. It's in the
really?
truck.
No, we traded it for the fix.
Yeah.
No, yeah. You want to show them a call strap? But yeah, good thing you were there. Last year I fixed it with it fell off. Man, I don't want to fix them, right? I don't want. So here's the plan.
Here's the question: can you fix?
Can
them?
you fix
No,
anything?
not at all. Not at all. That's like asking you 3 to edit some video.
I'm sure he can fix a sandwich.
Yeah, I can.
The
I haven't even
plan
seen
is
that.
so Mercer's got this great idea to use that plastic, and I had another topic I want to talk about. And we're not going to get to it because I'm going to forget. But
Plastic rails.
put plastic like the plastic 2x4s.
Yeah, the
On the-
plasterboard stuff.
Yeah, but he's going to try it out on his older Ranger before we do it to my Stratus.
The stuff with it's not very rigid, that stuff. It's
Well,
very
I'd
bendy.
also wonder too if it would kind of like when the
Slide.
boat's rubbing onto it.
You'd still have a
whether
carpet on it.
Yeah, but it would leave
No carpet.
No carpet.
He says
I would
no
not-
carpet.
I would not do that.
I'd wonder if they'd leave the rub mark, the plastic rub mark on the
I
bottom.
don't
Absolutely,
know.
I would.
That was one of the questions. But he found some that was like tapered, so it'd let the water out. So anyway, some of those there's some
It's not very rigid stuff. I wouldn't use it.
no.
No, it's not nowhere near the rigidity of it, like an actual.
They're kind of
two-by.
like gator bunks.
I don't know. I wouldn't use it.
The plastic 2x4s.
Yeah.
You remember the story about?
Pretty
If
sure.
you pick one of those up, it'll bend in half.
So do you remember that story
Are
in
you-
the Ike and Ellie book where he waxes the bunkers
Yeah.
and then loses her on the
And he
backing her
dices
down the
her.
ramp? slid right off.
That's kind of what I
I've seen
pictured
it.
when I heard it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I've seen people do that with their
Really?
their roller trailers.
Oh, epic.
Oh, yes.
my
The
god!
so
dreaded
cool.
roller.
Yeah.
The hardest trailer to load. Oh, I was at the launch and I saw
Here
a
we go.
guy. He had a whole contraption made up because I guess the boat goes crooked every time.
Yeah.
So he had a whole thing. It had a mount with a 2x4 or 2x6 with a pivot point. So he jacked this under the back of the transom and he like lifted it off the trailer and then he had all his buddies shove it over.
No way.
Yeah, he had it right in the back of his truck.
Wow.
That's the only good thing about when we had the tin can boats. If they weren't perfectly straight, you could just give them a shove. Not a big bass boat.
Oh,
Remember doing that?
mine's the worst loading trailer ever on my 14-footer. The
Really?
worst.
Mine
No
goes
way.
on every time.
I
same
hate it
spot.
so much.
Well, I remember what I was going to say. Folks at home, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions or comments or anything you want to bring up on the show, make sure you get them in. Amber is checking the message board, and we want to hear from you. Share this post up. If you haven't, like the Fear Fishing page there that you're watching on. I think we only need like 10 likes to make 7,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
like
Jack Bell wants to know if you guys have been out here or out for a gar this year.
gar. I've only ever been garb fishing once in my life.
I'd love to go gar.
When-
I would
you-
too.
I know a couple guys at Vantage Point Media. We could go down to Belleville and catch some gar. Rob, who's one of the cameraman at Vantage Point Media, you guys may. So we did it on the vlog last year. Rob messages me in the morning. He's like, "Dude, there's so many gar." He's like, "I was out there this morning. I caught a pile of them. You got to come, right?" So I'm like, "All right, bro. What time are you done work?" He's like, 4 o'clock. He's like, "I can get out at 4." So I go racing up there, right? And I, got the rods and the reels. He tells me what to bring. I'm like, "Okay, let's do this." And he's like, "I should tell you now. I've only been gar fishing since this morning." And I was like, "What?"
your
He's-
guide's
yeah,
got like
and I was like,
3 hours
So-
experience.
"You have 3 more hours experience than I do." He's like, "Yeah, but it's so easy. You'll get the hang of it right away." But I hooked a giant, and it was like super, super,
What
super
were you
cool.
using?
Jerk baits.
Really? I heard people catch them with rope.
Yeah,
Is
well,
that
they're
true?
like, okay, so we can go this week. They're in there.
Oh yeah.
Wait, you notice
By
I
the
didn't get the
Cabillions.
invite?
It's really, it's shore
I didn't
fishing.
get
By the
an invite
Cabillions?
again.
It's kind of like silver white bass fishing. Like they're in there spawning and they're in the slack water. So the thing is that they're ultra fast. Like they look like they're not paying attention. Then all of a sudden they grab your jerk bait, but you kind of like you can't hook them in the mouth. You got to use a jerk bait because you got to hook them like on the top of the skin because they're like bone. Coolest fish ever. Fight, jump, but you can't like bury the hook into their mouth. You got to like hope you get some skin on the outside.
Can you lip the next one for a picture?
No. But they're like we were in there and like they're giants, like huge.
I would love to catch one. I've never been.
Super
I've never
cool.
been. I've
I know where
seen
to go.
them-
We
I've
can do
seen
that.
them swimming around.
Maybe we can
but
do that this week. It's only a short jog to BPM. Those guys will come with us.
Where did I see it? G-Pool. G-Pool's got a shitload of them.
Really,
Yeah.
I'm all fired up to catch a carpike.
I got more
Rob,
questions.
homie, if you're listening, he's probably got at least 2 weeks experience on us now. Message me on IG. We'll do this. Okay, let's go. We can do questions
Somebody wants to know where you're fishing for opening
for opening
Bass.
a bass,
bass.
sturgeon.
Sturgeon, yeah.
We got Okay, so here's the. Well, let's get right into this. And what do we even need a whiteboard for, folks? It kind of sucks. Like I'm really pumped to get the tournament season, but there's no practice to like get warmed up. Like it's opening day Saturday. We're gonna head to sturgeon pre-fish, and then Sunday.
I'm not sure if we can pre-fish on Saturday.
Oh yes,
we
we
better
can.
check the rules on that.
I think
Why
you
not?
got to be able to pre-fish till 5
Of
p.m.
course you can.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
5 p.m. I've been doing this a long time.
Andy, we know you're watching. Can't
Andy,
We're gonna-
text somebody's
we're
phone.
gonna have to check that.
I'll bet it's 5 o'clock cut off.
It has
But it's
to.
so, but like it kind
They
of
would have rained on Saturday if there was no pre-fish.
absolutely so the date like the season opens and we're right in the game, right? Like you're right in there.
Mhm.
It would be real nice for the season to open catch and release in I don't know March 15th.
What's that, the 23rd? Or
don't
24th
know.
or something?
I don't even know what today's date is.
What? The 17th. The
Yeah,
17th.
that's why I
17th. Oh,
say it
okay.
every time I make a vlog so that I can remind myself what day it is. I check my phone or I ask the kids. I'm like, yo,
Seven-
what day is it?
17th Canadian?
17 Canadian. It's a billion degrees Canadian out there today.
It was.
We just you jump right in. There's no practice time. It's not like you get a couple weeks to warm up the sticks. It's just go. Is it good or bad?
Aw.
It's good.
Is it? At least it's an even playing field, as long as Corey and
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
don't show up.
Yeah.
They've only been at this for 8 months.
get her going.
You gotta
I
get her
agree.
going. So is it? Where do you think the advantage is? Nobody's got to pre-fish, right? If you get to pre-fish this Saturday, Sunday everybody's on like a level playing field. That's probably the tournament of the year where no matter who you are, you can pre-fish and everybody gets the same go at it.
You know what's crazy?
Let's hear it.
Let's hear this. Okay, you're gonna be pre-fishing sturgeon on Saturday the 17th.
Okay,
I'm gonna be pre-fishing Winnow Bay, South Carolina on the 17th.
that really sucks, eh? So you got to travel all the way. You couldn't bass fish for 6 months and 3 weeks,
Yeah.
and you got to go to South Carolina.
Yeah, but I'll be fishing before that.
do you
Did you
mean?
already bass fish once in South Carolina this year?
I'd never
Yeah,
been
we
to
did,
South.
kinda, sorta.
Well, yeah. How'd that work out?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we hit some ponds.
I'm pretty sure we can
Yeah.
catch fish on sturgeon.
Yeah. No.
What do you guys
sturgeon's
think the bass season's gonna be like? Everything else is way behind. We talked about this the other day, McCall.
Well, we've been on the water a lot, and we've seen a lot of fish going, right?
Yeah, there's fish heading to their beds now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were in that one back bay. The water was 71 degrees.
We
And there
awesome.
was like,
Sturgeon
what?
was in the 70s.
so Crow Lake, the lake
Yeah.
that has no largemouth in it at all. Hard like Marley, you fish out like a ton.
Yeah,
You ever got a bucket?
never.
Mr.
Not
McCall and I saw like 21, 22 pound
Easy.
sack of fish, and a back bay twice the size of this room.
Yeah.
Giants. Never find them in the
Wow.
summer though.
They weren't
Giants.
locked on. They were still cruising on the beds.
They're
right?
cruising.
Yeah.
But the beds were already made.
The beds were made.
But they were still cruising. They were getting ready though.
It's gonna be weird. I think we're.
I think they call that
Here's my
foreplay.
bet. Here's my prediction. We're gonna hit opening day on a hardcore post spawn.
That
You're
sounds
gonna
so
what?
cool.
Opening day.
Post spawn, like hardcore. That's
That's
my-
a tough one.
That's my guess. Post spawn, lock jawed, fish on the edges.
I don't know. I think.
We don't even have weed yet.
I know.
Dude, that's only like, what, 3 weeks away?
Yeah, that's a
Not
lot
even
of,
3 weeks
a
That's
away.
my
lot of
guess.
time.
My prediction.
Yeah.
You guys think they'll be on beds?
No, I think they'll be long done
They're
by then.
they're never on beds. I haven't had a year where they're like hardcore
Simcoe,
on beds.
Simcoe.
Unless it's cold water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Simcoe.
But like the
Ontario.
average lake, I haven't been to any place where.
So do you think post spawns are gonna be over? Are they gonna get the deed done in the next week?
Yeah, well, the next 2 weeks I think.
2
they'll be
weeks?
Done, yeah.
How long do you think post spawn lasts?
It's gotta
I
be
feel
couple
it's a
weeks.
2 week.
It's got to be a couple
I
weeks.
feel it's 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, yeah, then we're right there.
It's gonna be close.
You're right, yeah.
Maybe at the tail end, maybe at the beginning.
Remember we fished sturgeon the one year and they were all messed up.
Yeah. Remember the jerk baiting?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have had Mondo
Is
sacks.
this
We
when you
had
got a
lost
jerk
them
bait
all.
in the leg?
No,
No.
that was
No,
pike
that was
fishing.
you, buddy.
No,
Sorry,
shut up.
That was tough. Anybody, hey, you guys want to see some epic footage here from my homies at the Ike Live show? Watch this. Since we're going to talk about pulling the legs out of the hook, I'll play this video for everybody. Watch Mr. Dave yank this hook. Oh, here it is. Ready? I'm going to show for everybody at home. Watch this.
Oh, that's
Did you
Brian's
just
face.
cry?
Look. Watch. The best part in this whole thing is when Dave lifts his arm. For all you folks at home, Carpenter has got a hook. Watch this. Oh, the leverage when Dave lifts the arm. Watch the arm go up. Oh.
Why is he in the water?
Okay, so I did watch the Ike Live podcast last week, and Dave said he had to get like perpendicular to Brian to pull the hook. I guess he was in his kayak.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah, they
yeah.
were kayak fishing there.
You got to be pretty close to let your bro just yank a hook out. Remember when you got me in the back of the head with that crankbait?
Which time?
Man, so we get to Rice Lake, right where you and I were walleye fishing the other day in that corner, right?
Yeah.
He pulls out this crankbait. First cast, wails me on right in the back of the head, goes in my my like full back, right? Goes cuts and then comes out, right? Bait hits the water. He reels in his bait next, and I'm bleeding now, right? Like,
Yeah, you bent my hook.
and that's what he said to me. He gets it in, right? He gives me like this, and he's like, "Bro, you brought my hook out." He got me another time in the glasses with a flipping jig.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's why you wear glasses out there.
Oh,
Nobody
I
fishes
seen,
on
Shamong.
a boat
I
without
seen a lady
glasses.
last year, ladies' night, take a flip
So
and
did
jig
I.
in the face.
A good one.
Oh yeah.
was it
By
Jared or
Greg
Gerard
Roth.
who got the hook in there? Remember, it was like a couple days after
Well, that
you
was
got me.
Jared.
Jared got her.
Greg
Yeah.
Roth, the
Booze
glasses
glasses.
guy.
Yeah, the glasses guy.
Uncle
yeah.
Greg.
Uncle
Yeah.
Greg.
Knocked her.
I saw him at Ganyons last week.
Knocked his partner on ladies' night.
Oh yeah, smoked her.
I'm
Ooh.
not
Black eye.
sure if you guys want to get into this yet. but Curtis Douglas wants to know the best party to elect for the outdoors fishing and hunting.
What does that even mean?
Well, I don't know if there's a best party
I don't
who's
even
looking out
think-
for the
yeah, I
interest
don't
of
think
the
they
hunter
give
and
two
fisher.
Yeah,
shits
yeah.
about us.
I don't
Definitely
think
not
I
the Green
don't.
Party.
You know, if you're a hunter and fisherman, I would. Here's how I'm voting. I ain't paying no more carbon tax, and I ain't paying $1.63 a liter for regular gas.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what's funny?
And you know what? If you throw in tall boys at a buck of beer, I'll vote for you.
I heard that. I heard that today. Bring a buck of beer back.
They got to be tall boys
Yeah.
though. You want to really throw
It's gotta be
my?
on Rob Ford's
I was almost sold just on that.
It was buck of beer back. And you know what? I've noticed there's a lot of politician signs or like party signs. I haven't seen a single liberal sign on somebody's lawn.
Oh my God, they're all over Port Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single one.
Wow.
They're
You
all
gotta
on.
drive
They're
by
all
my
in like.
parents' house.
They're all in like fields and
Big beaver.
corners. Nobody wants to put
Big
them up.
beavers voting liberal.
Yeah. Wow.
That's another story and a half that we can't get into on this show. Anyway, the I don't know if there's a certain group who
it doesn't really come up in the.
I've never heard
Yeah.
them. Anybody, you know, I don't know a lot about politicking. I know I'm tired of paying this ridiculous price for gas.
Politicking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know who's going to help the hunter and fisherman? I would say the conservatives. The last time there was a federal election, the conservative candidate from my area at least came to the House, and his old man owned the Canadian Tire in Cobourg, and they're big gun supporters and hunters and fishermen. I don't know if I wouldn't feel comfortable to tell you to vote
Well,
any
the
of
Liberals,
them.
don't they want to bring back the gun registry?
Yeah, it's federal.
So,
That's federal, not Ontario.
Well, it's
Yeah,
all-
federal government. Justin Trudeau, not Kathleen Wynne.
well, isn't he a liberal?
That's why we shouldn't talk about politics on this show.
'Cause we don't
Yeah,
know
but
it.
it's different.
He's a liberal, right?
It's different, but the same. People at home are just yelling at they're like, you idiots.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
So Andrew Snowden wants
Anyway,
to know
vote-
when
hey,
it's
we
light.
fish, by the way.
Vote Trump.
And
That's who I'd vote for.
When is lights out for carp in Port Hope,
Oh, I don't know. It hasn't even started. You don't watch the vlog, bro.
bro?
Lights out. For
There, I would guess
It's gonna
the.
be soon.
Yeah, I went a couple days ago, and they wouldn't bite. I would guess they were spawning.
Spawning.
Hard real. You can get them in the morning and
We see
right
a lot
before
of them on
dark.
rice.
We did see a lot of them on rice. You guys ever hit one with the boat?
Slayed by the bows
With
on
the
rice
boat?
right now.
Yeah, I propped two of them where I
I
like
don't-
I could like
Probably.
legitimately feel them hit the hull, and then whoom through the. But I take shortcuts through the wee beds.
We
sometimes.
hit a school of stingrays in Tampa Bay
No way.
during Christmas. Yeah.
No way.
It was crazy.
I don't know if you
man.
can tell that story.
Did you murder them?
Well, I'm sure they weren't doing so good. We got ran over with a prop. You couldn't see them. You
Can we
couldn't
edit
see
that?
them.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, I was not driving the boat.
Mark, could you get me an
Like I
expert?
shot an eagle one time with a pellet
Mark.
gun.
That didn't really happen. That'll be taken out of context. That'll be on Twitter tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll have one of those.
Are you gonna have one of these?
Yeah, I'll have one of those.
Really?
Why
I'm all
not?
wrapped up.
I'm feeling crazy.
Sean
I
McCall.
don't even drink.
Sean McCall. You don't
You
drink
having
beer.
a beer?
No.
He wouldn't even drink a beer at the classic.
Cheers.
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 Oh
Mark?
my God,
Oh,
monsters!
cheers.
Okay, well you know what?
Yeah,
What about
cheers.
the pop guy?
I'm not driving.
It's all right.
No, you're not.
The
Look
carb
at
haven't
Sean go.
started. Did you guys know for I believe the Canadian World I was going to say Canadian World the Canadian live release record was caught in Port Hope.
For carp?
Yep,
Wow.
a long time ago. I don't know if it still stands, but it used to be forever. Was in the Canadian Sport Fishing magazine.
I got a mega carp on a hair jig one time.
Remember the one you caught in the river, walleye jigging?
Yep.
And we thought you had like the world record walleye,
Yeah.
and then we got her to the boat and big old carp.
Yeah.
I used to smash carp all the time when I was.
I loved carp.
down
Really?
there.
Oh yeah.
They'll
yeah.
chase.
I love
They are probably
We
the
should do a
best
fear
fighting
fishing
fish there is.
day. Oh,
fear fishing carp off.
yes.
Could you imagine a rock
That
bass
would be so much
size? though?
fun down at the pier.
Oh.
That would be a
Ooh.
fight.
Rock
Yeah.
bass. Okay, so you guys
four
are.
I
pound
catch
rock
So
bass.
lots
listen,
of
listen,
rock
listen.
bass.
Last week, sometime on the vlog, I went to the Bay of Quinte and caught silver white bass. A lot of heat on the internet about that.
White bass.
White bass. I think they're silver bass. Some people call them white bass in the United States. I think it's like walleye, peckerel,
Stripers.
mini stripers. They are the most
Micro
aggressive
stripers.
fish on the. They
Never
fight.
caught one.
They're amazing.
Well, just picture if
They're
you're
crazy.
trying to eat and you're with 1,000 of your friends and there's a little morsel out there. You got to battle for that.
They're like silver piranhas, man. They go nuts. You hook one, and they all come rush into the boat with that fish. But I've never seen fish who are so afraid of the boat.
Oh,
As
really?
soon as they see the boat, like they leave their buddy in a second.
Really?
They're like
Are you
they're
sight
like
fishing? Are you sight fishing these things or?
no. You
Oh.
kind of so you Live Target Lures gave me a whole like package of baits. They sent some really tiny jerk baits. So you fire a jerk bait out, give it a couple twitches, and then you see them all come up.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is with the jerk bait is these things are like they got a small mouth and they take the whole jerk bait in. So removing the hook's pretty tough. So I was trying not to catch them on the jerk bait unless I was like trying to find the school.
Yeah. Search
Right?
it, yeah.
Because I knew I was getting the hook out of a finger, and Sean McCall wasn't there to pull it out for me. Right? So
You ready?
totally. And then he the first thing he does when he did the hook, he felt it to make sure to see how far it was in there.
He pushed it in more is what he did.
You know, like-
I'll teach you.
You know?
You turn the knife.
Yeah.
So the silver bass, it is the best time. If you know any of you guys out there, you probably got another couple weeks. Take your kids. And you just light them up. For every fish I caught on camera, I honest to God caught 50 off camera. Like it is insane. Millions
Can you
of them.
float fish them?
Well, for sure you could. You could cast.
Yeah.
Man, I was catching them on those Live Target bait balls.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, this miniature version.
Bama
He was
rig?
yeah, he was unbelievable. If you took if you made like a little Alabama rig, you catch them for 3 at a time, no problem. They just I would
How did
watch.
you not do that?
There's only one hook on those bait balls.
Oh.
The other 3 are just trailers. But you would watch the bait ball come, and it looked like a Looney Tunes cartoon. You know when like they're all fighting, and you see the fist coming out of the cloud. That's what it looked like.
Right.
And you had to like reel, and then you'd be like, "Oh, there he is." But
That's
you,
wicked.
the whole way down, you could just feel. But they're like attacking. It was the weirdest thing ever. This is the first time I ever been fishing for them. It was absolutely amazing.
So they were smashing the dummy.
Oh, they did
yeah.
everything.
It'd be something good to take kids to do.
It's insane
It would be
for sure.
Keep them into it and
yeah.
catching.
Yeah.
And, yeah,
I've,
yeah.
I've
stop.
never in my whole life been anywhere fishing, and the fish were that aggressive. They're just crazy.
Yeah.
Ned rig, no, like I caught them all, most of them on a Ned rig, one like a 1/32 ounce head, and just ripping it like a jerkbait across the top, and they just come up and crush it. Marabou jigs will work, crabby
you
tubes,
could probably throw anything. in there, I'm
anything.
thinking, if they're that aggressive.
anything.
Yeah. You try top water for them?
You could have caught them on top water. My jerkbait would, I honest to God, it would hit the surface. You would give one rip, and you'd see 40 fish come up for it.
Oh, I would have threw
It
top
was
water
crazy.
for sure.
You could catch them
man.
on
That
like
would've
a
been awesome.
small popper, no problem.
You eat those?
They do eat them, and supposedly they're fantastic. Nick Pujic had some
Scotty has
last
them, did he
night.
not?
Scotty had some. I know
Are
a
they
lot of
usually
guys.
clean one? I'd imagine they'd be just like a
Well, if you got a Marley,
crappy, right?
you got a
Yeah,
Marley,
Marley.
everything's good to clean.
Yeah.
Marley's the ultimate filleter. Honest to God.
That's
He's the
telling me
champion.
About that, yeah.
Yeah. I work flat rate, so you got to go
Really?
fast.
Yeah. He can clean the fish. We used to do fish fries like every week.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Fish
Why
fries drunk
don't we
fest.
do that?
Well, because we started filming a lot of videos, and I got to edit them, and when I get home, I don't want clean fish.
And
And-
bass don't
and we're
taste
We
good.
should do a fish
conservationists.
fry. You guys want to do a fish fry?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't
Yes.
eat fish.
I want to do a fish
I don't really
fry.
eat fish either, but I'll
Oh man, you have about
I'll
12
bring
beers.
some hot dogs.
You open the cupboard up. We made drunken fish crisp stuff one time that tasted like KFC, and we could never like. So that would be like the whole thing, right? Catch a bunch of walleye, come home. You know, Marley would clean them, and I'd start grabbing stuff out of the cupboard like soda crackers, all dressed chips, dill chocolate chips, Doritos, little flour in there, salt,
Anything.
pepper,
Some
whatever we
Gordon-
could find.
Some Gordon Ramsay shit.
Right?
going on
And
there.
then-
man.
So this one time we hit it like perfectly, and it tasted like KFC, but we were like had so many brews, we couldn't remember what we put in it
Ah, you guys are the bad.
And then we chased that dream for like years.
for years.
Never again.
Never. It was always good, but we never got it to like that level of amazing again.
And we had a sober person try it too to confirm.
yes.
yes,
Really?
So it wasn't just us.
yes.
I was gonna say, you sure it wasn't the beers?
It
that
wasn't
made
the
No,
beers.
no, it wasn't.
It was the beers.
Yeah.
We would
No,
always
you know
bring
how I
on
know?
a real taste tester. Where do you guys want to go? Where do you want to
I
talk
want
about?
to talk about the FLW.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I want to get into that.
Okay, let's do
Do
it.
it.
You
That's-
you explain the story.
Well,
Viewers at home.
The FLW was recently on Kentucky Lake, right?
That stands for Fishing Worldwide
Yeah.
League,
So
something
you
like that.
the two most amazing ledge fishermen on the planet, right? You got
Yeah.
Randy Hayes and Jason Lambert. They go out. Jason Lambert apparently fishes this ledge on day 1,
Friday.
right? Fishes it for a little bit, jams. Haynes goes in and spends
Got some
like,
big fish there though. Didn't just fish it. He says he got like
He left with like 20 pounds.
he got some
Yeah.
fish.
But
He
if you
didn't
get-
just
if you get
fish
20
it. He
pounds
got
on
some
a spot,
fish.
why are you going to jam?
Well, because you
It's
know,
a
it,
4-day
like so
tournament.
here's
You gotta
the
conserve
here's
those
my
fish.
Yeah, it's
you guys
4-day
secure
tournament.
those fish, and if you everybody on the planet knew that those two were the contenders for this, and I believe on the Ike Live show when I saw the interview, he got out of there for that nobody would see him
On the community hole.
on the community hole.
Yeah.
It was a community hole.
Yeah.
He jammed,
Yeah.
got his fish, and he was out of
Yeah,
there
apparently everybody knows that ledge is there, right?
Yeah.
for sure.
Right? So then Randy Haynes goes in, spends 90% of his day 1 there, and boats like, what, 26 pounds, I think?
Monster bag,
Right?
monster bag.
Right? So he's leading, and then day 2, he went back. Haynes went back and spent his whole day there.
And now Lambert claims he drove by and seen him there, right? And because it was he beat him there, he drove by and went in, mustered up 19 pounds on other parts of the lake.
He went south, I think, yeah.
Yes, but he was headed there, and then he saw him, and then none of this is official. This is just what I'm trying to remember from the story.
Yeah, yeah. So going into day 3, I guess Haynes has like a 2 pound,
It's
just
close.
under 2.5
It's close,
pounds.
but
they're close.
they're close, but they're way ahead of the rest of the field.
Well, yeah.
They're like the rest of the field is out of contention. It's a 2-pony race right now.
Yeah, they were out there.
I think they were. I think at that point they were.
We're on day 3.
Yes,
Yeah.
they were way back. Day 3.
Yeah, day 3.
Blast
They
off.
had yeah, well, Haynes being number 1, both blast off number 1, Lambert being 2, but Lambert's got the faster boat,
Past them.
right? Past him, and comes off a plane, and Haynes is right beside him.
Beat them there by seconds.
And boom, they're fishing side by side. And I guess if things got a little heated there on the water first thing in the morning.
Right, and for anybody in Ontario or Canada who's never been a ledge fisherman, it really matters where you park your boat to fish that ledge.
Oh yeah,
You got like
You
there's
gotta
a
cast a
spot
certain
on a spot
direction
on a spot on
every
a spot
time,
on a
same
spot.
cast.
So there I guess there wasn't room for 2 boats
No.
to set it up perfectly.
No.
The whole, now that you guys got the gist of it, the details in the beginning are
Well,
important.
They fish beside each
That's
other
right.
for an hour,
Yep.
right? Lambert
And
smashes
literally
fish.
beside
Smash.
each other.
Like
Yeah, yeah,
touching
they're
both.
rubbing
Bumping both.
wrists.
Bumping
Close
both.
enough,
Rubbing
I guess,
wrists.
that the cameramen were having a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, they could have stepped in each other's boats.
Yeah.
They could have.
They
Yeah.
could, like,
Honestly.
Yeah.
Jason Lambert boats like 20 pounds or something.
in front of them.
Yeah, right in front of Haynes.
Yep.
Haynes got pissed off, didn't boat a fish, and he jammed.
Claimed he said that this is how things were done. Right, he was really offended that he was in first place and he had to give up his spot, putting his boat on the trailer because he was getting mad and he didn't want to cause a scene on the water.
Well, now this is where the
This is where the
rules
conversation
and
starts.
ethics come into play versus $100,000.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
So my opinion is on this here, and you guys can each speak your mind. My opinion on this is if you're in this situation, if I was in second place, I had a faster boat, I'd fish that spot and I knew where that spot was, I would go to that spot because I'm not like this. I don't know, like maybe this is like some old school like rule, but just because you're in first place doesn't mean you own that spot.
Not
If
they
you
were
if
both
if,
fishing.
if I was in third place or fourth place or ninth place,
I think if you hadn't fished that spot all week,
you can't.
That
you
would
try.
can't
be
fish
different.
it.
But
But
be-
because you're
be
there,
there,
day 1, I think
yeah.
you're good to
You
go.
caught your
Yeah.
bait, right? And we're talking pounds, right? You know that spot's on. They pre-fished the hell out of it, right? If you're in ninth place and you do that to the first place guy, you're a dickhead, right? But if you guys are nose to nose, there's no reason why you can't put the boats beside each other and the better anglers.
I think this
Like-
is where intimidation comes into play.
Oh, for sure,
I think a little intimidation would have went a long way.
right?
If you want to keep that spot, you defend that spot.
That's right. One guy walked away with $100,000. One guy walked away with 12. I don't get it in fishing, right? And I could be wrong here. Why you would drive by the spot, give it up to the guy behind you, and watch him walk away with 100 grand. Like this to me is like, passing up the empty net because you don't want to score the goal because that team was winning in the first period.
You'd only cast over his line so many times before he got frustrated anyway.
I'd stand my ground. I'd have been like, sorry, bud.
Oh
Well,
yeah, for 100 grand.
Well, but it's like the whole like giving the spot up is not like the competitiveness. Like it's professional bass fishing, right? At the highest level you can get, right? Like let's say, and I totally think that guys should be like pushing boundaries and making this exciting. Remember when Ike rolled up and Kevin told him to get lost? And you're right. Why not give it a try?
Wasn't that on the community hole?
Yeah. Why not give it a try? Kevin was upset. Mike, tried to sneak in there, if I can remember this right. And Kevin told him to get lost. And, Ike did his thing and left. But why wouldn't you try to, like, mess with that guy's head, right? It's like we're missing
In every
that.
other sport, you get smack talk.
That's right. And in
Hockey, you
and
get
in
smack
fish-
talk.
that's right.
Basketball.
Yeah.
And in fishing, for some reason, because I'm in first place, it's my spot,
No.
right? We had this encounter that time on Grasshopper, right? And I won't say the English names. We pulled up, and we'd done really well there the day before, and the team that had the first blast off didn't have, never fished there, right? We pulled up.
They weren't there day one.
They weren't there day one. They seen us sitting there, right? And we had a killer day, right? We pulled up, right? And there was no issue. Like, you blasted off first. You guys beat us here. But I'm fishing here too, right? And then when the third boat showed up, the guys who were blasting off first, they started yelling at them. They intimidated them off the spot. They never said a word to us, and we never said a word to them, really, right? There was like an understanding here. But when the third boat pulled up, who we'd never seen there before, they chased them off right like this, right? They pulled the intimidating card. I threw. I've had like, I'm not giving up my spot. I've had absolute meltdowns before out there. Right, that's all part of the game. If you pulled up, right, and you're fishing a spot, and somebody tries to work in on you, and like,
I don't like it.
well, just start yelling,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Throw an absolute hissy fit on the
I
lake
don't like it.
until they leave, right? Like, but if they're prepared to listen to you yell at them and call them names, then go ahead and fish. There's no rule in this saying you have to leave. So would you rather have 100 grand or be a douchebag?
Oh, I'd like 100 grand.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as you don't take it too far and
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, no, for sure, but there has
Like, don't
to
lick somebody's face.
No, but there has to be some of this, right? You think Claude Lemieux really cares about putting Chris Draper's face through the boards? He's got a Stanley Cup ring.
Right.
He's got a bonus pay. Forever, Chris Draper has a scar on his face, and the other guy's got a real sweet ring. Which one do you want to be? Like, it kind of sucks.
Scars are cool.
It's kind of and like it kind of sucks, but in a big way, it's supposed to be competitive fishing.
Yeah.
Why would
Yeah,
you like if
I
you knew the
would've- I
fish
would've
were there?
stayed. I
Why
would've
would you
stayed
let the
and
guy
I would
win?
have stayed. I don't think he should have left.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He
So he
should've
left, put his
And
boat on
he
the
did-
trailer,
and
and
he
went
did
home to
make
work.
a-
He felt bad for leaving.
He did
Yeah,
too. He
he
made
did
a
too.
really
Release
outstanding release about, how he messed up, and
Yeah,
it is what it is. But like, there's,
It'd be frustrating to be there and not catch, though.
yeah, for sure.
And,
it
and,
would.
then, where he gets the highest weight ever recorded at a tournament on that lake or something.
yeah, that's
He left there and picked up a 9-pounder somewhere.
I don't believe he did anything wrong. I've done the same thing.
That's incredible.
yeah.
I let the guy
Won
yell.
by 28 pounds even. Right?
Yeah, he weighed
Over Scott Martin.
30 and a half pounds that day.
Scott Martin's second in the Angler of the Year right now.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
The I don't think I don't think he should have walked away from the spot and put his boat on the trailer, but I don't think that just because you're in first place by a couple pounds means you own the lake.
True.
So like this is really
And was that his only spot? Could he not?
no.
go
He's one of
somewhere
the
on-
best ledge fishermen,
Yeah,
and he even admitted on his release that what he should have done was left the spot and went and scrounged what he could up. Like
Yeah,
they're both
yeah,
from
exactly.
that area. They live in the same town. They're gonna have to deal with each other. I don't think he did anything wrong. Right? I think that anglers should be pushing other anglers' buttons and other anglers' limits, and it'll make the sport more exciting. And I don't get at all why you'd watch somebody win 100 grand.
Especially when you're right there.
Yeah,
When you're right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
It doesn't make
You're
sense at
right
all.
there.
No, you're leading. You're leading.
Yeah,
Grind her out
it's not like
together,
the
boys.
guy that was in 50th position. Came
That's
and
right.
parked
Or you
beside
know what? There's
Yeah,
if you
that'd
if,
be different.
if you're
Yeah.
in the third
That'd be
place
a
guy,
dick
if the
move.
third place guy was 14 pounds behind and you beat them there, you can't do that.
No.
Right there, if you're real neck and neck, and you know the guy, and this is a community hole, and everybody knows, battle her out.
Yeah, man.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Amber, we got any questions?
Negative.
Oh, ask us some questions, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
So we went bear hunting.
We went bear hunting.
We did. We did.
I saw a bear.
I saw a bear.
Couldn't get a shot off on Yogi.
I had the Rain Man of hunters beside me in the
What's
stand.
it like sitting and standing with Miles?
It's kind of intimidating because I'm still kind of new at this. I'm thinking, okay, how am I going to watch porn with him?
For anybody at home who doesn't know, Miles is Sean's younger brother.
Yeah.
He is the Canadian bow hunting Rain Man.
Yeah.
He knows.
That guy's good, man.
He's
He's
fairly
unreal.
You know what? Okay, I'm going to tell you something. I don't
Okay,
know if
let's
he
go.
wants me to
Go.
tell you this story, but I'm going to. So
Awesome.
we're walking up.
I like these.
We're walking up. He's going, Mark, wait.
Ooh.
I said, okay, we'll wait. He looks at this tree, right? He grabs a spruce tree and a whole bunch of branches. Starts rubbing it all over himself. I'm going, oh, wow. And he looks at me, and he starts rubbing it all over me, too.
No
My
way.
legs and everything. It was nice.
You're so full of shit.
I swear to
I
God,
gotta punch
buddy.
you in the dick.
I swear to God. I swear to
I tell
God.
stories like that about my brother.
Dude, he took spruce off a tree, a spruce tree right beside the thing. and
He's
he
the Rain
rubbed
Man.
it
Why
all
wouldn't he
over
do
me.
that?
Maybe all over himself.
He rubbed it over me, too. I swear to God.
Bullshit.
Good
did,
on you,
he
Miles.
did.
Good
Well,
on you, Miles.
I had my camera.
He's
I
a
had,
great dude.
I had my hands full. So anyways, and then he stops, and he kneels down, and he grabs three things, puts them together, and goes like this. He's got this ritual, which
No
I
way.
thought was absolutely incredible.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he says it's me, my ancestors, and the animal coming as one. I thought it was
No
wild.
way.
Yeah, I thought it was wild. I honestly had like a
He's
little
on
tear
a
in my
whole
eye. It was
different level
really,
of bow
really
We've
hunting.
got First Nations blood, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
really,
yeah.
really cool.
He's on a whole nother level
Really
of bow
cool.
hunting. That man is awesome.
And
He just
and he
he-
rubbed me with
yeah.
spruce.
he,
Dude,
he's
and you
awesome.
know what?
So you were
smell
lucky.
it-
You were lucky.
You smell yourself
We
after
did-
that, and you smell like a spruce tree.
When
Like,
you were,
it's not.
You put them in your.
I'm gonna do that every time I go.
Take
Did,
branches
uh,
off and put them in with your hunting clothes.
I do
Yeah,
that
way.
too.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard
Did,
cedar before, but spruce,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it
yeah,
has
the
this.
bush.
It
Hey,
has this.
I do that. I whatever is near my deer stands, I throw in my
That's
bin.
right.
Yeah, I've
And,
never done
the,
that. It's
did you
incredible.
learn anything else?
I
from
did. I
Miles when you
learned
were up
that.
there?
I learned
did
that, man.
Did he
That
give
was
you any
awesome.
tips when you were in the stand?
Not really. We just stuff
Well,
I
he's not
always
that good of a
did.
friend,
I
then.
always did. Like practice. Pull your bow. Make sure you got the room.
One tip a
and-
day.
Yeah. No, it was pretty wild, man.
He's a good bow hunter.
He's fucking amazing.
First turkey I ever killed, I was with my brother. It was raining one morning.
You told me the story.
He
It's a good one.
called me. He's like, come on, let's go. Like, where are we going? He's like, we're going to shoot a turkey. Let's go. I'm like, all right, let's go. So we go up into the hills of Bethany, and we're calling these birds. They're across the road in another field. Well, the guy comes out of the house and comes down, parks his car right on the road in between us and the birds. Gets out and walks back to his house. He knew we were out there hunting. Right?
Just some Joe.
Yeah. Well, the guy that owned the property across the road.
Okay.
Right? So we're like, all right, whatever. So Miles was like, come on, let's go back up the hill. We'll go back into the bush. So we're starting back up the hill, and all of a sudden he drops down. He's like, get down. Let's get down. He's like, two just come out of the bush right there in front of us. He put the decoy on his hand, put his hand up, and went. And
How do you go?
doesn't shut up. telling a story. So this Tom just comes ripping right in. The thing's 10 feet from me. I'm lying on the ground on my side. I got my shotgun up, and I'm like this. And Miles is like, shoot it. I'm like, but it's right there. He's like, shoot it. So I stone this Tom 22-pounder, beautiful bird. Miles rolls over off his back and goes, boom, blasted shake. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was my first turkey hunting experience with my brother.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he must have got into this hunting thing way before you did. Is that?
Well, yeah, I fish, right? I fish and I golf, and
And he's hunted his whole life.
he was like, no, not his whole life. He's hunted for a long time, since his early 20s, and yeah, since his really early 20s. But he's passionate. But we've been fortunate enough to have our own businesses, and you can kind of make your own schedule to where you can. Okay, well,
Slip
I'm gonna work extra late today and extra late tomorrow, and take off that day so I can go sit in the stand.
he's really a fundamentalist too. He doesn't like new, like when we go ice fishing, he brings a ladle that your great grandfather made.
That's a wonton ladle for Chinese food.
He doesn't use. We're really gonna have to get him.
It's small and compact. That's why he brings it.
When we get closer to the deer season, we'll have to have Miles on a couple times.
Oh, for sure.
But so we're out ice fishing on the lake we go to, right? Guy doesn't use a spinning reel. He uses wooden tip-ups. Well, it's not even a wooden tip-up. It's a stick, right? The first time I hear...
It's not just a stick. Finish the stick.
With a stick with some line on it.
No, it's a stick
and it's
with
got
a piece of metal off the top of it, a real thin piece of metal. He drops the line down, and he takes a piece of marker tape
yes,
and ties the line to the end of the metal, and the metal just floats in the wind, and it jigs the minnow.
So anyway, we're at our lake, right?
So
you know what I'm talking about, right?
That's amazing.
So listen, I'm in my hut jigging away, and I've caught a ton of them.
We all got flashers.
Yeah, right? Miles won't go in the hut, and all I hear is, Ian, get the camera, I'm going to catch one. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, bud, right? I just keep, and all I hear is, fish on! And I go running with the camera, right? I'm like, what is going on here, right? So we get it on film, we get back, and I sit in the hut again, he does his deal. And like 15 minutes later, he's like, all right, you're going to want to get the camera ready because I'm going to get another one. And like 2 minutes later, he's got one.
He can read that wire.
Yeah.
It's freaky, man.
He can tell what the minnow's doing down there, and he can tell when a minnow's scared because a fish is coming in.
That's awesome.
It is
And he's
really
just
weird.
And he calls it all the time. He's like, get ready, boys. Get ready. Here we go.
Yeah,
He
you do that with
gets
walleye
right
fishing.
there.
Yeah.
He gets right there, and as soon as that marker tape comes off, he looks at you and he's like, "Oh yeah." He does that like when he's putting his glasses on and
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah."
He's like that Babe Ruth. He's just going.
It was awesome. He is.
He calls it.
He is. He's on a whole nother level of bow
No,
hunting.
man.
He's
What a
my-
great guy, man.
He's my best
He is.
friend.
He is
Yeah.
super.
You
awesome.
told me I was your best friend.
So
On
he
the way
came
here
and
on
he
the car.
came.
You're a close fifth.
Yeah, I'll take it.
He went. So he met us up at Bear Camp. That was super cool that he
Yeah.
came. We had breakfast. We got rained out one morning.
Yeah, he didn't even plan on coming back with us. He just wanted to meet us for breakfast, and then
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, you want to come?" He's like, "I don't even have any boots."
He went hunting in Crocs.
He's a croc hunter, though. He
Yeah.
hunts in his Crocs all the time. He
Croc
wears
hunter.
Crocs
They're
all
silent.
year.
Yeah,
Really?
he does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We caught some pike water up there. We had a
That
good
was
time
fun.
all
That
around.
was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Let's talk about the can cooker. Isn't that thing awesome?
The can cooker.
The can cooker.
You really want to talk about the can cooker?
It is pretty amazing, eh?
All right. This is the thing about the can cooker. I see this can cooker. It's a thing of genius.
But it looks a little gimmicky when you see it on
It
the
does.
shelf.
I don't give a shit what it looks like. This thing
It's
is a thing
awesome,
of
eh?
genius.
Frickin' works.
It is
good.
a thing of genius.
Yeah.
I like it. It's not just for hunting.
No.
It's not just for fishing. It's not just for camping. You know what that thing's for? That
Everything.
thing's for single guys that want to look like Gordon Ramsay in front of a woman.
Hey,
As
oh
it-
yeah, man.
I'm
for
telling
sure.
you.
So
you can
basically,
prepare
it's
a
like
meal.
a pressure cooker. It's like a can, right? You pop it in. You put your. What did we have the first night? Johnsonville brats,
Yeah.
potatoes, onions, carrots.
Carrots.
We put a can of Mountain Dew in it.
No,
Right.
you put a bottle of
Listen,
Mountain
Bottle
Dew in
of Mountain
it.
Dew, yeah. Whiskey.
Why
Whiskey?
Mountain
Put
Dew?
some whiskey.
Listen, we shook the Cajun spice. You put the lid on. You put it on like mid to low heat for 40 minutes. It's the most delicious meal you ever
No, you
had.
get it
buddy.
steaming first, right? And then
Gotta get it steaming.
you get it steaming, and then you drop it down, and you just wait. Like
It's
no
unreal.
shit, 40 minutes. And
He
you're
doesn't
eating.
taste like Mountain Dew either.
It's
Dude,
the
it's
best
so
stuff.
good.
But you know what my trick is? You know what I do?
Where do you get this thing?
I fork out all the
Oh,
stuff.
East Hill,
East Hill, you
Scott,
can get them. Yeah.
Yeah, I fork
Super
out
cool
all
product.
the stuff onto my plate, and then I pick the pot up and
Oh,
I
he
pour some
did.
of that
Yeah,
juice.
yeah, like
And then I
gravy.
squash my potatoes.
But
into
it's
it, make
Mountain
like
Dew,
a stew.
man.
Oh my god!
It was Mountain Dew. But it doesn't taste like Mountain Dew, right?
No,
Everybody.
Why Mountain Dew though? Like where this
I
recipe
think
come from?
because the lady
That's
who
the can
sold
cooker
us
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's
Like-
the official
Like it's on the box.
yeah, like that's the one you start with.
They had
I did-
samples
I
at
did-
East Hill that they were cooked up, and she had cooked it in Mountain Dew. So
But
that's
why
what
ma-
we did. I don't know,
That-
man.
that's-
I
Boggles
don't know.
my mind.
I don't know.
That sample sold that cooker, man.
Yeah, it did.
Really?
It
Just
was
that sample.
delicious.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
If you guys ever see a can cooker,
Grab
right?
it.
We're not even sponsored by them. Take one home.
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
be.
Throw
We
a
should
throw a,
We
a
could
bottle
use
of
the big
Mountain
one.
Dew. Yeah,
Yeah,
we could
we
use the
could.
big one. I did a
But that
whole
holds
chicken
a
upstairs.
shitload
Where
of
do you even
food,
buy
though.
Mountain Dew?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Come
I
on,
haven't even
son.
seen it for years.
So good.
Whoa.
So good.
Right beside the monster.
Yeah.
The
and the Pepsi.
ups like at home, it's super quick because like when you're getting ready to do
Buddy,
soccer or
10
whatever.
minutes. 10 minutes.
Dude,
You're done.
I
You're
did a
prepped.
whole
All the-
chicken in it, potatoes and corn, with a little beer. Like 35 minutes, done. Amazing,
Really?
super cool, easy. It's basically like a slow cooker on crack.
And we did beef the next day. We used stew beef. I think we cooked it a little bit long.
We did. I wouldn't use stew beef again. I
No,
think stew
that was a
beef's
little-
meant to be submerged when it cooks.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. If
You had
anything,
to chew through it, right?
Yeah, get a nice.
It was a
steak
little
and
bit
cut it
tough,
up.
but that was our fault, not the can cookers.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
our fault. But it still was flavorful.
It was still very good. Yeah.
Wild.
It's awesome.
And
man.
the potatoes, I can't believe they cook that fast. It's so and they're
40 minutes?
They're
40 minutes.
perfect.
Oh,
Perfect.
No way.
Perfect.
buddy.
No matter, I've
That's
never
some Gordon Ramsay.
whatever
shit right there.
whatever
talking
meat
like-
you put
Damn.
in there.
Potatoes.
As soon as the
this
potatoes
big.
are done, the meat's done for sure.
No way.
Yeah.
Mark,
Really?
Yeah.
Potatoes, like big potatoes.
Like cut
just
a
cut in half.
half.
How big is this thing? I keep picturing it being like this big.
No,
No,
it's like
no.
it's like
Oh,
yeah,
okay, okay.
It's like
So
a
it's like
unit.
a keg cooker.
It'll do a meal for 4
Kind
guys.
of. Yeah.
Oh yeah, easily.
Oh,
Easily
yeah.
4 guys, 6 guys probably.
Yeah, it was
Crazy.
amazing.
Yeah, it was very very good.
You guys want to talk about haters on the internet?
I have
Well-
some questions.
Well,
Sure.
okay, let's do questions.
Okay. Jason Francis wants to know what the next road trip is and where
I don't
for the
know.
boys.
Well, we might go bear hunting this week.
We may.
We might.
We need to make a big trip.
We gotta get.
We
on
got to
that
figure
stuff.
out something.
Oh,
I
yeah.
say
something.
we need to do carp off.
We're gonna do a carp off, but we can
Wanna
do
do a
that
carp
kind of
off?
like 10 minutes from here.
Yeah, that's not really a trip.
We need to go on a trip.
Well, we got the tournaments all about.
Yeah,
stuff too,
it's
right?
coming.
It'll
It's
probably
summer-
be in the
summertime.
fall.
Gonna get real busy.
No, in the fall we may be going to our road trip for deer.
Oh yeah, that's right. New
Yeah,
York.
New York.
I'll
I
go to
won't be doing that.
New
Why not?
York.
No,
New
I'll be
York.
working. I got 112 houses to build here in the next year. So.
Houses.
Yeah, well, you got
Yeah.
people to do this for you.
Yeah,
New
yeah,
York.
I gotta
We're
New
do
going
that.
over a
York.
weekend, dude.
Dude.
A weekend?
Yeah.
He'll come. He does this every time. Hey,
Maybe.
you want to go bear hunting on Friday? I don't know, man. I really got stuff to do.
Yeah.
And then Friday morning,
I'm
he's the
like-
first one to leave.
I'm like 30%.
Yeah,
Well, I work
I'm
extra
pretty
hard.
sure, guys.
I work extra hard all week, so I can
You haven't worked since
He's
December.
coming.
What are you
He's
talking
coming.
about?
You want to go? No, I don't know, man. I'm like
Okay.
30%.
Okay,
Maybe.
I'm like
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
35%.
Okay. Then Thursday night, you're like, you want to go? Well, probably.
You guys
And then
are-
Friday
you guys are
morning, he's
dicks.
like, we're supposed to leave at 11 at 10:30. He's like, I'm already gone, guys. Pick the
Yeah,
corn up.
yeah.
We're on the road. You guys suck.
He went from 45% to beating us there.
I didn't beat you there. I had to stop at the camp,
No,
feed the
I
bear
know.
base.
That's
You
how
get
far
away.
ahead of us. He stopped at his hunting camp, fed the bears, and we managed to catch him.
Okay, so this is what I did. I went and picked up my new truck.
We never
Right.
talked about that.
Yeah,
I got
Whoa.
more
Oh,
questions.
okay,
Mark
fine.
got a new
Sorry.
truck.
I got a new truck
Are we doing
that
questions?
my wife
Yeah, go
has.
ahead. Ask him.
Best place to buy a custom jersey?
Custom, like sublimated.
You know what? Is it Canadian or American?
I don't know. Daniel Grenigan.
The best ones I ever had made
Okay,
were
I know Daniel. Daniel,
G2.
talk to
Ohio
Or-
is the best ones I ever had made.
talk to Kerry Miller. He works at Roy Nichols. He's got his
Former
thing going.
tournament
Yeah,
department
yeah.
of
He's a
Marty
he's a
Hornia.
fisherman, and he's got a business, and he's local.
You can do
too.
those. Yeah,
Yeah.
they look good.
Okay.
Kerry Miller, Roy Nichols.
New
Matt
York,
Rothram,
New York.
if you have a chance, could you go over the different weeds you were talking about when fishing for walleye again? Is it on your blog?
It's on
Is
the
it
blog. Milfoil's money. That's all you got to find. The rest of it, it's not as good as milfoil.
Sound like
Cabbage,
such a
man.
gangster.
No,
Milfoil is
dude.
money.
We try cabbage.
It only it has a short shelf life.
It's okay.
Once it turns brown,
it's not
she's done.
milfoil awesome.
I don't know, man.
Come on. Don't
Well, there you
listen to
go.
him.
If you can find mixed
He doesn't
milfoil
have a vlog,
cabbage,
guys.
your
Listen to
money.
me.
I know way
Milfoil.
more about this than you do.
Milfoil is money. You find milfoil, it is good. Cabbage can be good too. Northern pike really
If you
like
find
cabbage.
the two combined together
Oh,
There we go.
With a rock
with a rock
and a ledge, deep water.
adjacent to a point,
If anybody
Come
knows,
on.
anybody knows where that spot is.
on a cloudy day.
Small mouth and large mouth, back to back. Hey, more Am? New York.
Derek Ottaway
New
wants to
York.
know how the Canadian-U.S. tourney went for Mark.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Oh.
Why do you got to be so negative, Derek?
Why don't you read
And
us?
then he laughed. LOL.
That's when you know you have mega fans.
Yeah, you know what? Several years ago,
Okay,
Derek
whoa,
really
whoa.
helped us out there. So thanks, Derek, for that.
Read your
again.
thing, dude.
Okay, so this is what happened. Mike and I
Tell the truth.
fished for 2 days.
Tell the truth.
York.
For 2 days, and we caught zero
New
Zero,
York,
zero.
New York.
slot fish in 2 days of fishing.
How many non-slot fish did you catch?
2.
Really?
On the last day, yeah, that was it. So because I put 2 zeros on the board, I thought it was I was
and we
compelled
like to call those in Canada some donuts.
Donuts.
So what I did is I thought I should write Tim Hortons this morning, and for the American people that are watching, Tim Hortons like Dunkin' Donuts, but it's on every corner and it's better.
New York.
All right. So this is
I
what
really
I put.
like Dunkin' Donuts.
This is what I wrote. You can see I'm reading it right from
Cell phone.
right there's my message to Tim Hortons.
We should really get like high up on technology
says-
here if we can put that on the screen.
It says, "Good mornings to the folks at Timmy's. I, as most Canadians, start my day with a bevy and a brekkie sandwich. It's especially needed on those 4 a.m. mornings before a fishing tournament, as this past weekend. I felt it was necessary to reach out to you about what I did for you at the event. I promoted your business by putting a big old donut beside my name on both days. I'm sure this prompted the people in attendance to stop by Timmy's for a jelly filled. It's referred to as subliminal messaging or marketing and is proven method. I just can't be doing this for free. Please contact me and I will forward you my contact info to settle up your debt with me. Thank you." You know what? They read it, but I didn't get a reply.
No, they're probably all laughing
They're
out of the
like,
office.
we
though.
can't afford this.
Yeah, we can't afford this guy. So that's what I sent to Timmy's. If I get a reply, I'll let
Does
you
it bother
guys know.
you to throw out the 00?
No. You
It
know
is
what?
what it
You know
is.
what? I don't think we did anything wrong. I don't think there's any regrets. You know what? And I coughed and I hacked and I snotted all day, so I was not feeling well to begin with. So I probably wasn't on my game. But you know
we
what?
were in the wrong moon phase, and
Yeah,
the shad
yeah.
didn't move up to the bank yet. You know
what?
The
It
blue
is what it is.
crawdads hadn't hatched out of the Alabama Spring Creek yet,
That's
but
right,
It is what it is.
And
you
a
know?
char did.
my
I lost my
my
dude
Ranger
rights.
Evan Root got me back to the ramp.
You don't want people to know that.
Here, have a pizza. Pink Sanko.
Did you actually shark?
Yeah. Yeah. So we shit the bed. Can I say that?
It is what it is. It's fishing.
It is. It is.
Fishing.
You know what I mean?
I'm not going to hide behind a rock. I'm not going to be embarrassed by it. It happens
It is
to
what it is.
everybody.
Helping to everybody.
It is what it is.
How do you move on from this, Mark?
I catch fish, you know.
When?
When? I'll tell you when. In another 3 weeks in South Carolina.
You hope.
I hope so too. 'Cause
What
it's
happens? What
It's
happens?
supposed to be a shit fishery. So
How do you if you 00 there? How do you come back from that?
I probably tied 90% of the field, so I won't feel bad either.
So there's not a lot of pressure going into this.
No. And you know what? I've done a lot of research. I'm still doing research, so I know I'm gonna be prepared for it. But I'm gonna spend 5 days pre-fishing for the event.
Yeah,
so.
nothing's like time in the water, man.
Yeah, so you can read all the stuff in the world that's on the internet, but till you get there and actually see it for yourself and try some stuff, you just don't know.
Pre-fishing. Every time we've ever done really well in pre-fishing, I'd stomach aches the night before because I knew how tough it was going to be.
That was the beer, Ian.
But that could be true too. But anytime we never caught a fish during pre-fish,
Best
it's
tournament
like
ever.
best lights
yeah.
out.
Yeah, like
Man,
we've had so many good pre-fishes
I hope
for that
I
event,
fish-
and then terrible the next
Like
day.
you
so.
figured out what not to do?
I hope I film vlogs during pre-fish where we don't even see a fish because Saturday is going to be lights out, folks.
Yeah.
I hope so.
And we didn't
That's
get
how
to
that
pre-fish
works.
this year, right? Me and Mike were so busy with work.
When we
and
went to St. Francis,
didn't
when
happen.
we went to that tournament with you at St.
Yeah.
Francis and Marley caught the big fish, will we catch one fish in 3 days?
No, we got like
We
3
got
or
a
4.
couple. 3 or 4?
We might have scratched a limit in 5 days.
Really?
Yeah,
And
we
then
no
we turned
problem.
it on.
In tournament,
You're
go time.
smashing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there to watch.
Where
it.
else does that happen? Tri-Lakes a lot of times. Rice. That's happened on Rice. No, so
Scugog, we
Rice.
didn't pre-fish.
Bro, we never pre-fished Scugog. I've
Ever.
fished like maybe Scugog for bass 10 times in my whole life. 8 of them were tournaments. And I think we ever fished there once we didn't catch check. And we never pre-fish.
Never, ever.
Ever. You know why? If If you're pre-fishing on Scugog, you're pulling fish off your spots,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Yep.
You're making a big mistake.
Yep.
Right? I could see pre-fishing smallmouth, but they'll never be there. You're better just roll with the tide.
And that's what you
Rice
want.
Lake, we have amazing pre-fishes. Remember that time?
We fish it too much though.
Yeah, totally. So we remember you would he calls me. He's got a tube with the hook cut off. He's seeing 4-pounders jump behind the boat with his tube on. We go there. Well, we got one each day.
We pulled 2 each day.
Yeah,
But they were good ones.
One good one, one little one. I think we both days.
Both days we got.
You know what else we caught on those? Yeah, well, they were the one we did catch good fish. They were there, but they would not bite during the tournament. You know, we caught an antler, a deer antler,
Oh, yeah?
and a fishing rod from the 80s, a St. Croix.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
how little people are dragging that spot.
That's right.
Deer
He
and-
calls me on the phone like Wednesday afternoon, and he's like, they're jumping out the back of the boat. He's like, I got the color, I got the tube. This is sealed deal. So we get there, we blast off. It's nice and close. About 10 after 9, we got 1 4-pounder in the boat. And I'm like, how many did you hook? How many fish you think
Wow.
we're here? Right? So we go and do our rest of our jam. We go back the next morning. You know, maybe this is the timing thing. Same thing. Get a couple good ones. Then, the alarm, like the snooze, just nothing. I try there all the time, too.
Way
Never
to
got
go,
them.
Marley.
Yep. It's all on me.
But then it's totally every time we've ever fished. Remember we fished Rice Lake? We fished a CSFL event, right? We had this master plan. You're gonna as soon as I say this, we seen like a 5 and change come out of this dock, follow the flipping jig right to the boat. So, sorry. Rather than blast down the lake, this is when Andy used to run his events out of Hastings. You know where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Right? So the whole field's there, right? We got good blast off spot. We're going to pull the ultimate plan. We've seen fish down this boat dock, right? Instead of blasting down the lake, we make a right-hand turn 60 feet away from blast off, pull the trolling motor up. Not a damn fish there.
And everybody sighed.
Everybody saw us. But that whole week pre-fishing, loaded. Tournament day,
That's
Yeah.
all timing stuff.
timing.
You always hit it like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's right.
It's
Totally.
like, we're going there first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some questions. A few people are asking about the thoughts of the closure of the West Pier in Port Hope.
Bullshit. But here's my concern. They need to pull the. Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
What do you think?
What do I think about it?
They need to pull the contaminants out of there. It sucks.
It's the yacht club, right?
And the other side,
And
The chemical.
it's the where
the
you
pier.
park
yeah,
all the way down the trench. That hole.
but you can still fish the one side, the trench.
East.
You can still fish the trench,
Yeah.
the boat dock.
They need to pull it out. It really sucks that it's going to take 5 years. The big problem is, do they reopen it when it's all cleaned up to fishing? It's
I don't
municipal
know.
land. They don't have to.
They want to do the whole rehabilitation, right?
That's right. And this may not include fishermen.
We just like Coburg.
Yeah.
And
There's nothing that town would like more than to get rid of that river.
We were talking about we used to be able to drive down there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Remember that?
Hey, you used to be able to take a car right down the whole pier. The most
Yeah.
dangerous thing in the world.
I don't know.
It'd be lined up with vehicles.
When now looking back, I don't know how a guy stood there, a car parked there, and another guy drove through.
Yeah, it blows my mind. They moved the fence or something. They had to have.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Go.
some people are asking if they think it's going to put pressure on local smaller tributaries.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
They're, those
Fishing-
they already have pressure though.
But the east side is not like fishing the willows is gone, right? You got to fish
Can't
between
even
the
fish.
trees.
You can't fish there now.
No.
That side. Oh,
Done.
really? I thought it was just like the yacht
Train
club and
bridge
the whole
down,
trench.
man.
Really?
Whole west side gone.
No way.
Yep.
This is awesomeness.
Yeah, 5 years,
I
2023.
fucking love it.
Yeah, crazy, eh?
God.
So everybody's going to jam everybody on the east side of there. It's going to put people, it's going to put people on other creeks for sure. There's just nowhere to fish there.
That's a hard side to fish.
Power pole, if you're listening, we're going to need some two for my boat for we can go steelheading. Just drive the boat up there in front of the windows, power pole down. Let's do this.
That would work.
They'll still be guys fishing it.
Yeah, for sure.
I know somebody who's gonna fish it.
I'm going to fish it. Take me to jail. Protesting.
Oh, it's so brutal.
Fishing is not a crime. Any more questions, Sam? It sucks. It just totally sucks. But they really, when it comes down to it, as much as it sucks, they got to get those contaminants out. And I just hope they reopen it to
Is
fishing.
that what they're saying though, or is
Yeah.
it just like we don't want you guys down there?
They got 1.3 billion.
I feel like it's a
from
big
the
cover.
government.
It's a big cover up.
I think it's totally. I think this, in my opinion, I think this is the greatest excuse to get it cleaned up and not have anglers down there.
For sure.
My money's on they don't open it to anglers. At the end of this, by time we jam all those people on the east side of the river and they fight and argue, and because we got too many anglers, not enough room, and the town's had enough of that, and they shut the east side down, that by 2023 there will be no fishing south of the CNR Bridge in Port Hope, Ontario. Rolling the dice. Hope it doesn't happen.
So, on to the haters.
You got a question about them?
Excuse
No.
me, folks. Jeepers.
Stop hating people on the internet. Find to message me and write stupid stuff. I don't care. I got thick skin. But the problem is somebody doesn't like me, and that's where this came from. Wrote a nasty comment. What was it on? Trailer video or something?
Something
Yeah.
like that.
I don't care. I feel bad for that guy. You know what? I really do. Right? So, there's another guy who got caught poaching in Port Hope, right? And somebody else took a video of them, and every day he tags me in a picture on Instagram. And every day I delete the picture. I just remove my tag. Like, it hurts my feelings that you caught steelhead. Okay. So anyway, the other night I'm sitting in my boat. In the driveway, I like to have boat beers at night, so my boat and I can keep reacquainted. And I get a notification on my Facebook, and what did it say? Like, hey, you dick hammer, here's another pro with a cell phone, right? And I laughed and laughed and laughed, and I thought, good on you for saying it, because there's at least 1,000 people out there who'd like to write that message, and you did it. What is wrong with
This
you?
guy's dying over
I'm
here.
dying over here, yeah.
Did
You
you
all right?
swallow your
Oh.
phone? You could have just answered it. You didn't have to swallow it.
So,
Sorry,
you know, I thought it was kind of funny. You guys jumped in there and poked some fun, made some fun. What are you staring it out of them?
Yeah, working on it.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Woo!
Smooth. Wow. So, but so it's all right. That stuff doesn't bother me, but it's hurting the next generation of angler. Are you guys ready? Are you here?
Yeah.
It's hurting the young person who maybe wants to post a picture but saw somebody else post a picture and 100 guys nuke the picture.
I'm too afraid to post pictures now.
Are you?
Yeah, I
I
have
would
like
be
so
too.
many pictures of 7-pounders and stuff, and just do not want to post
Holding them
up.
back?
Yeah.
You know, don't post a picture of an out of season fish. It's
I
against
think
the law.
that's the big
But if
one.
Yeah,
No.
but you're talking to a guy who's got a status card right here. He can do whatever he wants.
Ooh, we're going that
Do you
deep.
have a status card?
I do have one, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you?
Well, he can do what he wants.
He
You
can
know
do
what?
whatever he wants.
That's right.
It
So
doesn't work that way.
That's for a
though.
lot of people.
What?
A lot of people
It
don't
actually
stop.
doesn't work that way.
what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Oh, no, I don't
Okay,
know.
so you have
Go.
your area
Yeah.
where you're legal. Like, I can't just go fish anywhere I want.
Where's your area?
Like, way up north.
Like where I'm from?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh shit,
So
bro.
I can't do anything down here.
All right, so, but yeah, that
As
makes
far
more
as-
sense.
yeah.
Push
What
that
the hell's
guy
wrong
over.
with you?
Mark, do you need some
dying.
water?
Do you need to walk
I
away?
need something. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You all right?
Oh no, man, I'm dying here.
Here, have a drink.
Way to suck him down that road. Here, have a beer. You know what? But so
Don't touch my nose.
I think there's a lot of hate on the internet. There's a lot of egos in fishing. There's a lot of I'm better than you.
Oh my god, it's the worst thing ever.
It is totally right.
It
It-
drives me crazy. It honestly does. I
You-
can't even handle it.
It is bad. It is really bad. Everybody's like the police, but everybody's a pro. Do you know what I mean? Like and we talked about this before when I talk about the vlog every day. I've never been to a bass tournament where somebody didn't win. When you got 2 fish in the boat, somebody's got 20 pounds, right? Like on your worst day of fishing, somebody is absolutely knocking the piss out of them. And when you're the guy knocking the piss out of them, somebody else has got 2 fish in their boat, right? So I think that you need to be graceful on both days, right?
Yeah.
The whole.
My
the
biggest
only-
thing is like you need to care about the fishery and all that. If you cared that much, you wouldn't be fishing tournaments.
That's totally true. too.
Running 5 fish down the lake, carrying them all day in your live well, it cannot be the best thing for the fishery.
That's.
And then I hear all these big spiels about promoting the fishery, making sure everything's good. It's like you're one of the biggest hypocrites I've ever heard.
That's right. Totally. Like I'm not.
And it's not one guy specifically; it's everybody. I
It's,
read this
yeah,
stuff all the
totally.
time.
So I've taken it onto myself. The other thing is like, so I want to catch 5 bass, drag them out the lake, weigh them in, make some money. I also run a 225 horsepower oil and gas eating machine. My carbon
Yeah.
footprint's the size of Lake Simcoe,
Texas.
right? I drove a V8 truck there, so like totally I shouldn't be giving people trouble for like keeping a couple fish to eat, right? Do you get what I mean? Like
Like I want as many
100%.
fish as everybody else in the road, but I
Yeah.
like fishing tournaments too.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But so it's like the tournament guy shouldn't be like, yo, you kept your walleye limit for the third day in a row. Well, man, that guy was paddling his kayak down the lake. It's not hurting him anything. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of finger point, and not a whole lot of like, I drove my V8 truck on the way to the tournament. And I burnt oil and gas down the lake at 70 miles an hour. I caught 5 fish. Right? Realistically, I caught 10 fish and I called 4 of them. So, I popped them off my call ball and threw them back in the lake. I drove them all the way, Lake Ontario event,
Yeah.
126 miles. Right? And then we put them back up there and hopefully they'll make it home. Right? So, bass tournament guys aren't the almighty conservatives, paddling through Algonquin Park with their little maps and
Keeping the fish in the water, taking the
right.
I love
Like,
dragging a map.
I think
behind
that
a kayak.
I think the big thing is that everybody does finger pointing, right? But realistically, everybody can point fingers at everybody, and we need to stop. Just be happy for a guy because he caught some fish, or he kept his limit, or he ate a pike. I wouldn't care if somebody took. Listen, if some guy caught a 45-inch, 40-pound pike, took that thing home, filleted her up, and put it in. I don't care. Honest to God, doesn't bother me one bit.
If he's within his rights.
Right, if the
yeah, I have
season's
no
open,
opinion.
you know what?
I feel like all these regulations and everything are set up for a reason, so
That's
I
right.
feel like they did some sort of research in it.
Yeah, by people smarter than you. So,
Yeah.
Not all of them.
not just saying you.
Like
I'm
the walleye
saying
slot
the
size, I
people
think that
are
was a great
pushing
You
it.
were looking
Yeah,
at
for
it when
sure.
you said it.
I'm looking at the camera.
Fight.
It is. Legit, everybody just stop hating on other ones, and everybody stop being a pro and pointing to people and being like, "Well, I got 7 today on the cabbage weed outside of this, and I don't know why you couldn't get any. I was throwing XXXXX with this kind of lure, blah 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 blah." And then next you don't post for 28 days because you never caught another fish, and then Johnny Bassmaster over there caught 2 smallmouth and ate them, and you're like, listen, I caught a lot of smallmouth here over the last couple of years, and I never eat them. I've been a tournament angler for 15 years, never lost a fish. I use G-Man juice in my live wells. I've got the extra. Come on, dude, give your head a shake.
Was that Instagram Live?
Right? You like
Seemed
that
like a
voice?
live post.
I was throwing that bait on that such and such point.
You sucked a dirty
like
one,
we're
didn't you?
terrible for that.
Was that?
You sucked a dirty one, didn't you?
We are absolutely terrible for finger pointing. Like, just like, I don't know. I've lost fish in my live well during tournaments.
Yeah.
I did
happens.
too. Remember those largemouth? For
Yeah.
no reason, just 2 of them on one side just croaked.
Yeah.
Right? I'll guarantee.
15 minutes.
Yeah. From
Honestly, 15 minutes. Is
right?
crazy.
Stop finger pointing. Stop hating on people. Send me dirty messages. Sean McCall, look after me. Final thoughts, everybody. Do we got? Whoa!
I
First,
can't wait till I can breathe.
do we have any more questions, Amber?
Negative.
Okay. Final thoughts. Mark Hunter.
Sorry for
Whoa,
coughing
whoa,
in
whoa.
people's ears
I
all the
think-
time.
That's your final thought.
The whole show.
Nothing, Amber.
Well, no, we didn't talk about a couple things, but that's fine.
We got it on the next show. We'll see you next 2 weeks from now. Mark Hunter.
Never give up. That's all I can say. You know what? I had a really, really, really bad couple days out there, but you know what? It hasn't phased me one bit. I don't have any regrets.
Can't keep a good man down.
What did we say the other day? If you're not laughing, you're crying. So
You said that.
and I thought it was beautiful. So you know what? Just enjoy your time out there, guys, and just keep trudging on. We all have days like that.
Sean McCall.
Enjoy a beer once in a while.
Every once in a while, have an expert.
Every-
Canadian fighting beer. We're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna have a fist fight.
An hour ago, he was drinking a creamsicle milkshake.
I got
Look
it
at
for the
that.
ride home.
Marley, final thoughts?
Check oil level
In what?
in anything you own. Super important.
Super important.
Thanks, Mark.
Amber, you got
If
to
it's
find
making noise, it's bad.
Check your smoke detectors.
Yes, check your smoke detectors. My final thought is, you know what? I really think that if you if you do a good deed for somebody else and you're kind, or you stick up for somebody, or you don't make that snotty comment you want to make, the fish gods will bless you and you'll catch more fish. Karma goes a long way in the world of fishing. You want to win that tournament? On the day you suck, say congratulations on the winner. Because the day you win the tournament, you want that guy to say congratulations to you. Shake hands. Have fun. Catch lots of fish. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you for joining us. The other thing is find yourself a couple good friends. Maybe one that doesn't cough through the podcast. But
Sorry.
the rest of them, not bad guys. See you
I
soon.
made it like halfway.